Yes guys, what's going on? Hashtag Shuri here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Here today, ladies and gentlemen, we have got ourselves the reinstallment of a little mini-series I did right at the beginning of last FIFA and thought, you know what? Why not just do it again at the start of this FIFA? I feel like it's quite relevant, it's quite important for you guys to see. As you can see by the title, we're going to be doing sort of the top 5 most overpowered players in each position. I really was just about to name every position on the pitch. But as I said, we did the same thing last year and I thought it's a good idea to just go through it again, see who the best overpowered little meta players that inevitably we're all going to see in FUT Champs all throughout the year. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous, of course. So the plan is to do 3 episodes just like last time. Defenders, midfielders, attackers. Obviously starting off with the defenders here, we're going to have keepers involved here as well, which we'll jump straight to in a second. If you do enjoy the video, guys, drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for all the support on the first video back after a long time, but don't worry, we're on consistent uploading. And Sam, my editor, put in, are you sure about that? Last time. We are sure about that, ladies and gents. I'd like to think so. Without further ado though, guys, let's jump straight into the goalkeepers. Quickly looking at them here. So into the video we go here, and we have got ourselves the 5 keepers. Now guys, I said this in the last one I did. I could literally sit here and go through all the keepers stats, but realistically we're looking at a few little things here. We're obviously looking for high ratings, etc., and we're not looking for stupid prices, right? That is good. We want some meta players that are a little bit cheaper, but with keepers they're all sort of a similar price. We've got Pope here, who's quite a cheap one, in at 6'6", which is very, very important this year, especially for like the long shots that are all going on at the moment. I'm sure you guys have played against these greens that are just flying in from absolute, you know, Africa, the North Pole, and like, yeah, it's a great joke. But you guys know what I'm saying.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
The finesse shots are absolutely flying in from across the world. So we've got ourselves here 6'6", 6'6", 6'3". Oh, Alison, you're ruining the ratio. 6'4", and 6'5". So you guys know what I'm getting at here, but I'm not going to go through all the keepers ratings. We all know these are 5 of the top 5 keepers in the game, literally. But one thing that makes them quite relevant in this video as well is the fact of who they link to of the other players that we've got going on later on in the video. So yeah, with them being in all the 5 top leagues, what adds to the meaning of meta, as well as having great stats and that type of thing, is being able to link to the other best players in the game. That's what literally makes a meta team in FIFA, being able to have multiple of the best players in the game. And that's why obviously these keepers are so good. All these 5 keepers here have got players that we're going to link to. And don't worry guys, in the actual right backs, left backs, centre backs, we'll look through the players a little bit more. But with the keepers, it's just sort of a general overlook. And as we go through them, they've all just got absolutely ridiculous stats. Let's be honest. Donnarumma, Alisson, Neuer, all sort of around 50k. Then Courtois is about 30 or something like that. And Pope, quite a cheap one. Obviously a cheap overpowered player, has been for literally years in FIFA. But let's move on to the left backs. Next up in the video, guys, we have got ourselves the left backs here. And wow, looking at these. If out of all these players, if you don't have sort of one of the 5 in each position in your team, I'd be like, what is going on here? Because this is obviously the meta. Obviously, we want to have fun in FIFA. But let's be honest, it's fun winning. Anyway, first player out of the left backs here, we have got ourselves Roussillon, Jérôme Roussillon. Oh my god, some French. Cheap left back here at about 10,000 coins. And I'm sure you guys know the player that he gets a perfect link to, who we also have featured in this video slightly later on. But yeah, very good stats for a cheap little card that you guys can get into a starter team. Roussillon is absolutely quality. So we've got him in as one of the 5. Next up, we've got ourselves Jordi Alba. Now, one thing I noticed about Jordi Alba in FIFA is that I feel like you don't see him too much in squads anymore. And I'm not 100% sure why, because for the price you pay for him, he's actually still got an unbelievable card in the game. 86 pace is still absolutely quality, along with like 90 agility on a left back. Decent defending stats, you know, we want to obviously boost that up with some sort of chemistry styles. But 87 stamina as well is really, really good on him. Obviously, what kind of has made the Spanish league suffer a bit is we've lost, you know, sort of Ramos, the strong link into Alba is kind of one of the things that's gone. However, there's still, you know, some great players, Militao, all them types of players. We've obviously lost Varane as well, though. So I understand kind of why you don't see Alba as much, but still definitely in the top 5 meta left backs in the game, in my opinion. And next up, we have got ourselves Alphonso Davies. Now, this man, wow, what an unbelievable card. Very, very strange this year, though, that he didn't get an upgrade or anything, really. Like, he didn't get, like, a crazy upgrade to his card, you know? I thought he'd sort of be, like, an 84, 85 kind of rating, like, really starting, like, boost up in the ranks. But 82 still is what it is. But, honestly, for a left-back to be 6 foot, 4-star, 4-star, he's kind of one of them players that can start playing sort of anywhere in midfield, you know? Main man Tom Lees. But you guys know Alphonso Davies. He was in the video last year as well. The crazy pace, amazing dribbling as well, and then obviously defending and physical is not unbelievable, but he just, again, the links that Davies is able to get with other players in the game that are absolute top meta, and I'm sure you guys will see that very, very shortly coming up.
Just a very, very great player.
Cheers, Roy. Anyway, next up in the team, we have got ourselves Theo Hernandez. Now, again, coming with a great card. Has had a bit of an upgrade this year, I believe. And wow, really good card. A little bit more expensive. He's on sort of 70,000 coins, something like that kind of range. But you understand why you got to pay it for him. Wow, what a card. 93 pace, 90 stamina, along with some really, really good stats all across the board. Obviously has some great links in the Italian league as well. And just being French in FIFA. The French team in FIFA has been the best national team on the game for absolute years now. It's just obviously ever since Mbappe, players like Kante, their defense is an absolute joke, like Varane, Hernandez. Yeah, seriously good card, and very understandable why he's in the top 5 meta left backs. And finally, to finish off the team, we have got this man once again, Ferland Mendy. Jesus Christ. Should we just see what he's going for right now? Wow. 120k. So this is slightly more on the expensive side of you guys fitting him into your team. Say you have 300, 400k. I would not advise Mendy being the guy to get into your team. He's not that important over attackers. However, if you can get Mendy, he is the best left back I've used so far in the game by an absolute mile. He's just a joke. Having 5-star weak foot, having that versatility on a left back, as well as 4-star skill moves. Really good stats all across the board as well. I feel like a broken record with these kind of players, but they're all just so good. But really good physicals on Mendy, so you don't really need to get that up. That's why in my own personal team, because Mendy's in my own personal team, I've got a shadow on him because we don't need the physicals going up. So yeah, that is the sort of 5 left backs we've got going on here, guys. Make sure you get one of these into the local squad. We're just going to see these in weekend league so much. Let's move on anyway to the right backs. And moving into the right backs here, let's go straight in with the main man and Barbu. Now, for you guys who would have seen the 200k squad builder I just uploaded, this man was certainly in that squad, and oh my god, we can speak about him again. What a card he was last year. Had some of the best cards in the game defensively. Was probably regarded as the best centre-back in the game, even though it literally says right-back on the card. But we all know everyone was playing right-backs at centre-backs last year, which so far, obviously, we're very short into the cycle. I've not seen too much yet, but I'm sure when Foot Champs comes around, people will start testing, you know, the Mbarbus, the Kyle Walkers at centre-back and seeing if they're working chemistry-wise. But yeah, Mbarbu, a really good player, guys. Not too expensive as well, probably about 20k, something like that right now, 25k. Obviously has some amazing, amazing links into, again, another player who's going to be coming up in the centre-backs section of this video. I'm sure you guys know exactly who I'm on about, but would say like a shadow is sort of good for Mbarbu to get onto his card. These Bundesliga defenses are just crazy. They have so many amazing cards in the league. 6 foot as well is really good for a right back, and that's why he's in the top 5 right backs. Next up, Cuadrado. Now, 5-star skill moves on a fullback. Yes, sir. Really good agility as well. Like, seriously. Cuadrado's got a really nice card now. You definitely want to get the defending and physical up. I'd say Anchor is probably the perfect chemistry style for him because he needs that strength going up a little bit. 78 stamina is not too bad, but 90 pace and the 87 dribbling, you don't need that improving at all. And 5-star skill moves on a fullback. I'm sure you guys all know how much I love 5-star skills, and reiterating that point to you guys how important it can be. Obviously more on an attacking player, but we'll take it anywhere on the pitch. So Juan Cuadrado, another player into the squad. And you know what? He has a very, very good link to a certain right midfielder who will be coming up in one of the later videos where we do the midfielders. Next up, we've got ourselves Wan-Bissaka. Now, this man just been a reliable right back in FIFA for the last few years. You know, he was really one of them guys that people played at centre-back a lot, especially because of their medium-high work rates, the 6 foot, and then the passing, yeah, just not too great at all. 58 passing. Couldn't hit a bar and door, pal. 84 interceptions, 87 stand tackle, and 92 standing tackle, though, as another big reason why. He's like a centre-back a little bit, Wan-Bissaka. He would go for so many coins if it just said centre-back instead of right-back. 81 stamina is good as well. The strength leaves slightly more to be desired. That's why you'd probably want to put an Anchor chemistry style on him. But seriously, seriously good card. Next up, we've got ourselves Joao Cancelo. Again, another player who was just very consistent last year. Still got a really, really nice card. And watching Cancelo in real life, I've got him in my FPL team. Nice, Alex, but when did anyone ask? But seriously, he's absolutely unbelievable. He's getting so many points in footy right now, so he deserves this card. 4-star, 4-star, again, 6 foot is absolutely quality, and just some amazing stats all across the board. You know, 85 pace, 83 passing, 84 dribbling, 80 defending, and really good physical, to be fair. Obviously, the strength can get increased a little bit there, but 90 stamina, Bob's your uncle, no worries. And to finish off the right backs, guys, we have got ourselves the man who is, I'm pretty sure he is extinct. Yeah. So, he is extinct. Not these bloody pronunciations again. Anyway, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. 120,000 coins he's extinct for right now. I can see him obviously going up a little bit, especially because of these links that he gets into, obviously, the PSG attackers, that type of thing. You know, if you just play Mbappe at CM in a 4-3-3 or something, you can link Hakimi with him. That's what drives the prices of these types of players up so much. It's down to the links that they get with other players. But yeah, really enjoying him from the games I've played with him. And these stats are just a joke. 95 pace, 83 dribbling. I like an anchor on him, to be fair. Getting the physical, the strength up a little bit, along with the defending. The pace is just absolutely unbelievable. You maybe don't even need pace on him as a chemistry style. You can maybe up the other things a little bit more. But I've just been comfortable using anchor. But he just feels absolutely unbelievable, guys. And again, the same sort of thing as I said with Mendy. As much as this is the most meta right back, 100% right now in terms of links and how he plays in game, I would not advise him if you're on a short budget of coins. It's literally just if you've got sort of team where you can start splashing out a little bit, then Hakimi is your guy for sure. That'll be the right backs there, guys. Let's move on to the centre backs, where we're going to have 10 instead of 5, because there's technically 2 centre back positions in a team, if that makes sense. I think that made sense. And into the centre backs we go here, guys. Jesus, there is so many right here. Let's move in to the first one. We've got St. Just. That's definitely not how you pronounce his name. However, let's just go into this card, guys. 91 pace on a centre back. Jesus. If this man was in the Premier League and had slightly better stats, Jesus, how many more things do I want to make him about a player? But he would go for an absolute ton. As you guys would have seen from the left backs and right backs, we've got some other Bundesliga players in there. I can very much see the cheap teams that we end up seeing at the start of FUT Champs just being cheap Bundesliga defenses for sure, because they've got so many amazing players. Sent just really good stats considering his price. He's like 15,000 coins. The 91 pace just does it all. So enough of the man whose name we cannot pronounce. Let's move on next up to the main man, Lucas Klostermann. Oh my god, again, just another ridiculous card in the game. And literally, as you guys have got there, a Bundesliga duo who are unreal. Klostermann's going for like 15, 20,000 coins right now, which is an absolute bargain considering. But yeah, Klostermann's card, again, another iteration of FIFA, another unbelievably fast card, along with really good defending and really good physicals. You just cannot complain. And next up, ladies and gents, we have got ourselves the man who I've brought up a few times in this video with Mbabu and Roussillon, Lacroix. Again, cannot pronounce his name, not going to bother trying after how last video went. But I'm sure you guys would have seen this man plenty in drafts, in rivals games you might have played so far in the game. And wow, what an unbelievable card he is. 3 Bundesliga centre-backs so far. He is coming in at about 45k now. He's really starting to rise in price. Obviously, being French as well just adds so much. The fact he can link with Mendy is just boosting his price more and more. But yeah, guys, in this video as well, just to reiterate, I've tried to show in each little section a few cheap players and then a few players who are a little bit more on the expensive side that a few you guys might be able to afford. But we obviously want to cater for absolutely everything, along with meta, price, that type of thing, if that all makes sense. But Lacroix, yeah, Crocs. Next up in the team, okay, it just is another Bundesliga centre-back. Upamecano, really consistent card here. 81 pace, 81 defending, 81 physical. The links into Neuer, the links into Mendy, the links into Lacroix. I'm not even going to bother pronouncing his name. Makes him an unbelievable card. 88 strength on a centre-back as well. We will absolutely take that for sure. Eder Militao up next. One disappointing thing about Militao is the fact we obviously lost the link to Varane. However, he has still got that link into the main man, Mendy, which makes the idea of them as a defense just absolutely criminal, I'll be honest. But 83 pace, 83 defending, 82 physical. Very consistent card across the board. And hopefully Militao just keeps getting upgrades throughout the FIFAs now. A couple of informs. I'm sure Militao will be back in every single pro player's team. Next up, Kimpembe. Again, another very good centre-back. All these guys are very good. I'm an absolute broken record here, guys. But 6'2" with medium-high work rates. Obviously, they're the kind of work rates we're looking on a defender. Obviously, low-high might be slightly better. But medium-high, that'll do, son. You guys know the score. Amazing links. The pace, the defending, the physical. I'm just not looking forward to playing against this man in Weekend League, as I'm sure absolutely none of us are. Next up, we have got ourselves Varane. We will double-check Varane's price. Is still, yeah, about 330,000 coins. And I'm absolutely not surprised. I'm sure if he was in Spanish League, he'd be about 150, 200k. But obviously, that Prem juice just absolutely spices the price up massively. Spices the price? I don't know. So again, Varane's one of them ones who are getting slightly more expensive on. So I would not advise, you know, people sometimes ask me in my streams like, oh, is it a good idea to sell all this whole team in order to afford this one player? And I would never ever advise that. You always want to have the most well-rounded team you can, guys, if possible. So I wouldn't advise shelling out on Varane unless you have enough coins to do so with a good team around him, if that makes sense. But I'll be honest, for the Rivals games I've used him, he's absolutely amazing. Barely lost the game with Varane in the squad. He's honestly unbelievable. The 6'3" medium-high work rate. He's just so tall. And he's just got that big body frame about him. That's what makes him so good in the game. Another man who has that is the big man, Virgil van Dijk. Now, one thing that's been slightly disappointing about Van Dijk this year is the fact he has 66 acceleration. I just feel like he deserves more than that, or maybe they could have just distributed the acceleration and sprint speed sort of average better. 88 sprint speed's amazing on a centre-back, but when they're playing them through balls, you just get a little bit caught with Van Dijk. That's the only issue. However, he's still one of the best centre-backs in the game. Just like Varane, that massive frame that he's got that just, I don't know, he like glitches into defenders and just wins the ball back for you. Obviously with the really high defending as well, along with the 92 strength, like 90 jumping. This man is an absolute joke. Next up, we've got ourselves Marquinhos, who's also in my current team at the moment. Really, really good. One of the nicest upgrades we've seen. 6 foot, perfect for a centre-back. We've realised that's sort of enough now on a centre-back. Medium-high work rates. And then 89 defending. Look how consistent them stats are across the whole of the defence. 88 heading accuracy. People can read, Alex. Let's just keep going. 89 defensive awareness, 89 standing tackle, and 89 slide tackle. That is one of the most consistent, well-rounded stats I've seen on a card. I love an anchor chemistry style on Marquinhos as well. Serious baller of a player. Really enjoyed him so far in the game. And the final centre-back we have got ourselves is the man, Joe Gomez. Obviously, one of FIFA 21's most used players, especially at the beginning of the game. I think he's got a slight little downgrade here. I think he was 83 last year, but still over 81 pace, 83 defending, 78 physical, 6'2", and just again, it's the links that he gets in the Premier League teams, guys, that just makes these players so meta and obviously drives up the price. Gomez is not too expensive now, to the point I'm pretty sure last year it was over 100,000 coins. We're looking at about 50k type thing for Joe Gomez right now, which is not too bad. But yeah, looking at these centre-backs as a whole, guys, one thing you'll sort of notice here is that we're seeing here very similar nations and similar types of leagues and all that kind of thing. Of course, it's always going to be the top 5 leagues that we're looking at as the meta players. I'm thinking, boys, you probably should get them in. Literally every centre-back here has got over 80 pace except Van Dijk, which is a scary thought. But yeah, guys, one thing I'd certainly advise with these sort of 10 centre-backs, if you can put some sort of duo from all of these 10 into your team, I certainly think you'll end up getting some more wins in champs, rivals, all that type of good stuff, and will improve your game because, yeah, let's just look at them. They're just all a bit scary, let's be honest. But guys, that will be it for the Defenders episode of the top 5 most meta and overpowered players in each position. As I said, make sure to get some of these players into your squads and you will see some more wins. I'd like to think so. If it doesn't happen, can we blame me? Who knows? I'm waffling on. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. I've just gone like that and I've got no idea why. But I appreciate all the support, guys. We'll have the midfielders episode coming out in the next day or two, and then we'll have the attackers episode coming out in the next day or two after that, if that makes any sense. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all on the next one.